Cleo, bloody book it. I thought I was done with this running stuff. Jeez,
this is too much for me.
Too much for you, it's too much for me. My jelly body can't do this. It's not built for
I ain't cut out for this.
There's explosions everywhere and just... Oh my days. Cleo, did you bring any sauce packets? I'm going to need some help.
Yeah, but I think they've opened up inside my suit.
Wait, you're not bleeding, so that is sauce. That is sauce dripping down your leg.
Well, let me try it.
It's okay, yes.
Wait, if that's blood, it is chipotle as hell.
No, that is chipotle. Cleo, that I can...
Oh, chipotle. I love chipotle. Hold on, let me get the rest of that.
Rabbit. Yes. These. Rabbit. Right. Okay, wait, Cleo. You see? We go 1, 2. Oh, there we go. Didn't think we're gonna make that one. Well, that
one, I didn't miss it. That one got me.
Rabbit. Cleo, when you push me down, you're not even lifting yourself up. That should be the point. I'm going to need a rest. Can we just... Cleo, just get underneath that bit of trash up there and... Rabbit. We should be at least safe from the bloody projectiles.
Remember the last time we tried to hide in a trash?
I just don't remember anything right now, Cleo. Just run. Rabbit.
Oh, Reese was right. We ain't fit to be out here on ground.
Rabbit.
To that train.
Oh, we made it. Whoa, bloody heck.
I think all my snacks fell out.
Yes, you're leaking. Chipotle.
Hello and welcome, everybody. It's that time again. Tick, tick, tick goes the clock, and it's the Backwater Bastards in space.
In space.
Oh, there it is. The game may begin.
Hi, guys.
Oh, hello. Hello.
You ready to roll some dice and take some numbers?
I'm ready to roll dice and read those numbers. Actually, I'm going to need to roll out my D20s right now.
Need to roll those 20s out.
And roll those 20s out.
Everyone. I am Dungeon Master Dick. With me today, as ever, we have the lovely Daniel Matthews,
aka
just one word. Dr. Z.
That's it. That's
the psychic jellyfish.
Oh, here I am. Thank you very much. Thank you. I will be lovely today. I'll
and
just take
also,
it.
as ever, the magnanimous. Should I supposed to be doing one word? It's Taylor, aka Cleo DeCap, the explosives expert bear.
Hey, everyone. I'm wearing my shirt backwards today. Let's get into it.
Nailed it.
I
And
didn't even
leading
notice
us as
that.
always from behind that dirty, damp DM screen, it is the Dastardly.
The dingus.
The Dingus. DM Dick Dynamite.
That was the only other D
Thank you,
word I
thank you.
had loaded up.
You dingus. You drongo.
You bloody drongo.
You bleeding drongo.
Fucking drongo. You bogan.
Oh my days, I am ready for this. We ended our last episode, Dickie, at a bit of a dangerous spot.
I don't know what you mean by that. Everything was going really well.
Oh, it was. Okay.
Good point.
Fine.
I mean,
I'll be fine.
the
This is fine.
bastards.
This is fine.
Kind of like that part where we made a rail gun and then called another.
No, yeah, I mean, you took out 2 more towers.
We did.
You caused
We
a whole lot
achieved
more
objectives.
chaos. You just about blew up the one true leader.
We almost did, yeah.
I mean, heck.
We
our
definitely
flavors look a lot like
we
success.
definitely annoyed them with the
Yeah.
with the music that we implanted in that device.
That lovely elevator pitch.
That was great.
You dismantled, or you disarmed at least. Demanned a third cannon as well.
We emasculated a third cannon.
You took away its man.
Oh.
We castrated it.
We took his balls. We took the cannon's balls.
Anyway, cool.
You disoperated
There we
it.
go.
But unfortunately, the bastards, upon broadcasting their location a little bit too closely into the eyes of one of the one true leader's followers, finally were back in his gaze and being rained upon once more
Whoops.
by a deluge of giant, terrifying telekinetic projectiles, huge 10-foot steel girders, just chunks of sharp metal, all kinds of projectiles just flinging and flying. And
Well, they ain't got us yet. Keep running.
by the seat of their pants, the bastards sort of managed to get out of there, just staying just one step ahead of the constant barrage of projectiles, just running through the wet, moist, mushroom swamp ground before finally finding a place of some amount of cover to duck behind, having taken minimal casualties, having only dropped a certain amount of food-based snacks.
Yeah, a bit of sauce, I think.
What if we left a trail?
Oh, find our way out. Nice.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Even when we fail, we win.
I mean, you've got a map.
But the power of smell and taste and flavor.
The power
stronger
of
than any map.
flavor.
Welcome to Flavor Town.
Doritos. Raid Shadow Legends.
Wait, neither of them sponsor us, Taylor.
Doritos Raid Shadow Legends. Is that like a new flavor or just a new Shadow Legend?
It's a new
This
X
week,
pack.
sponsored by free rent. Because if we're going to wish for sponsors, let's just hope for free rent.
Sponsored by my landlord.
Please give me back my taxes. I needed those.
Sponsored by our respective governments. From your point of your little hiding place, your little sort of safe where you're underneath, it's actually just like kind of a lean-to. It looks like it might have been, prior to all the explosions and chaos that's been going on here, it might have been someone's house.
Oh.
But now it's just kind of like a wall that's fallen over and is leaning against a giant
I see.
mushroom that you're sort of ducked beneath. And you can tell that the one true leader doesn't seem to know your location anymore. You can hear a psychic tantrum of things still being thrown around somewhere in the city, but none of it's landing near you now that you've sort of finally got it hidden in this point. But it isn't particularly far away, so they all do know what part of the little shanty town that you're in. You have precious moments to act.
Oh, Cleo. Oh, wow. Oh,
Well, I ain't got too
That
many
was-
more of them left in me.
if we run is that count as like a marathon now, or is like a double marathon, or triathlon? What is it?
I ain't never heard any of those words.
Well, alright. Okay, let's just have a little quick peek out there.
Heck!
Oh yeah, no, they're still firing. They're still firing a lot of those projectiles at the ground. Okay, plans, thinking times, what to do, where to go. I'm gonna pull up. Let's have a quick look at the map.
All right, let's see how many. Now we killed like 3.
Yes, we've knocked out 3 so far.
All right.
We're still going to need to get rid of 2 before Dieter's men will act, but look, I'm still keen if you are to try and take out quite a few more.
All right.
Numbers-wise, technically, Trevor took out 2. You guys took out 2. And then a third one, doesn't have anyone operating it. So right now, only 5 of the cannons are working, which is actually all that's needed, but 5 are armed. And looking at your map, you can see you are now having sort of run. You're back further away from the pond, because that was where all the projectiles were coming from, sort of closer towards the city. But you're kind of almost equidistant between the cannon you just came from, where you'd killed the operator, and the next cannon sort of around the outside.
All right, Cleo. How are we going to decide which cannon to take out next? We can run back, destroy that one. We could maybe take it over and try again with our turret plan. Or we could run deeper into the belly of the beast and continue destroying that way.
Now, I like that idea of operating one.
Yes.
I had my eye on that. Didn't really work out.
You did quite well the first time.
We tried. Now, heck. But they might think we're coming for that one.
Yes.
It ain't random. It just ain't random. It ain't chaos.
Alright. How about this? We'll play What's That Sauce? If it's Chipotle, we'll go back. If it's mustard, honey, we'll continue on to the next one. Now you're leaking there.
Yeah, well, I sure am, and you really...
You close your eyes, Cleo. I'm going to dip my finger.
Alright, but...
There we go. Yes.
I mean, it might be a third sauce.
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
Hope not, because that would ruin this little exercise here.
If it is the third sauce, then it's wild card.
Okay, so heads top 50 for honey mustard, bottom 50
I was just going to do a D3.
A D3? Okay, yeah, do a D3.
Dick was like, we're factoring in the third sauce, Dan.
Well, I was the order that you said them. So I've rolled a 1, which is Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Which I do believe was doubling back.
How's that taste, Cleo?
Oh, I know that sauce anywhere. That's Chipotle.
We're going back then. We're going back for the tower.
Well, you better get on.
All right. Okay, and you know what? For safe measure, let's try this stealth generator out one more time.
Can I do a stealth check, Dickie?
Absolutely. I mean, you can just turn on your thing sort of at will to go invisible, and then stealth is more like when you start moving.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to turn it on and cover us in this kind of in this stealthy shield. Mm-hmm. I'll be lying on top of Cleo, pancake style once more.
Just zeoing onto her back.
Yes.
All right, now, Cleo, let's slow and steady. Try just sneak back in.
Yeah.
Take the tower. Yeah. Do the old thing again. Railgun Mark II.
The thing. Well, maybe. We'll see about what we got.
Or just the gun. Just do it old school. Just pick the gun up and fire away. Maybe roar.
Yeah, maybe.
Quietly roar. Quietly. Well, I suppose if you're firing anyway, you can roar away.
I like a good noise. You know what I mean? I like making a good noise. It just really deals my pickle. If you know what I mean.
Give me a stealth roll.
All right. Okay, he's called for it. Oh, it's a 7.
It's a 7. So you guys are not very stealthy. You are, you're puffed, you're tired, you're talking to one another. You're sort of staggering along the sort of damp ground, making a fair bit of noise. But as you're trying to be stealthy, there's these sort of invisible, hulking things lurching through the rubble. You notice that it doesn't seem to just be you that's trying to be quiet. Everything's gone quite quiet. The final clatter of projectiles just sort of dropping down, and the sounds of people, humans, talking and yelling and moving about and doing things, also seems to have just completely stopped. All you can hear is the crackle of flames from some of the burnt out buildings that you've left behind. And it's kind of eerie, just the sort of, the green pulsating glow of all the mushrooms as you're now sneaking in dead silence through what is a relatively inhabited area.
Cleo.
Say.
Cleo.
Say.
Why has it gone so quiet?
Well, I was noticing that. And, well, that probably ain't good for us. It probably ain't. That's how they was before they tried to get us last.
As you were approaching the cannon that you're doubling back towards, quite close now, sort of most of the way there, you can see it up ahead in the distance, and then stepping out from between different buildings, from behind giant mushrooms, just sort of staggering and walking, quiet and slow, are
walkers.
innumerable cultists, all fanned out, just walking towards that cannon, it seems, through the buildings, glowing green eyes, dead expressions. They're all quite far away, but they're all just walking slowly and sort of covering like a net, just thoroughly.
Towards that cannon?
Towards the cannon that you guys are sneaking to.
Are they doing like World War Z style, like swarming over it?
No, they're just like, one person steps out from behind one building, another from another from behind a mushroom, and they're all just walking slow and steady.
And how much distance do they have before they get to the tower, and how much distance do we have before we get to the tower?
So you are closer to the tower than any of them, but also you are moving like that. They're walking quite slowly. You know, this really slow, methodical thing. Like they are just fanned out, covering as much ground as possible.
Cleo.
Z.
Cleo, can you hear me? Am I whispering too quietly?
Z, what?
Cleo.
What? What are you saying?
No, wait.
I'm gonna put my hands over Cleo's mouth and then do... Wait, I can't do the mind thing. Oh, shit.
No, Cleo, quiet. Do you see them?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we can get there before they do? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna let your mouth go, but quiet. Quiet.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you think we can blast them all? Why are they
If we
going
get to
over
that-
there? Do you think they thought we was going over there?
I don't know, but the source said we should go that way. We should trust the source.
Trust the sauce. Heck,
When has the source ever lied, Cleo?
when you say it like that, I mean, if we go over there, we could get lost as a rat turd in a barrel of rice.
And you know what? It was Chipotle. We could get up there and lay down some heat.
I can't say no to that. I can't.
Right.
That's the only thing left
Right.
to believe in is the heat.
When life gives you Chipotle,
You fucking smear it all over everybody and ruin their goddamn day.
that's pretty much the saying, yep.
I think it is. All right, are you ready to motor?
I'm ready.
They are going to see us coming, so, you know, you might as well just airplane your arms out a little bit and do some hoots. Cause,
I did a pretty good job with the...
yeah, well, you did.
You know,
You did.
I'm pretty sure it'll hold.
All right, well, hold on. I can't believe I
can
gotta
do this,
do
Cleo.
this again.
You're doing it. You're doing so good.
I can't hear a lick. My heart is in my feet.
If I could do it for you, Cleo, I would. But, you know, it's all on you now.
You might have to be next.
And as you start running, the cultists as well all look in the direction of the big splashing blur that's like racing towards the cannon, and they start running as well. As Cleo is lumbering as fast as her bare legs, I'm imagining like that full line going down on the
Yeah.
on the all fours bear
And if
run.
this was in slow-mo, you would see the sheets of fat just rippling. That ain't muscle, baby.
And Dr. Z sort of like this parachutey thing going whoa, whoa, on top.
Yeah. So, you're saying that they, as we start moving, they start running towards us?
Yeah, I mean, I'm imagining full on, like, you know, like they suddenly start running. But Cleo is moving a lot faster than they are.
All right.
They're all running at the exact same pace. Like, it's this whole thing of one mind is trying to control all these bodies at once,
Okay.
which means they're only as fast as their slowest member. There's this eerie way of them all running confusingly in sync. You can see that this is one unit coming towards you.
Alright, Cleo, there is no way they don't know we're coming. Screw this.
Turn the stealth field generator off.
Alright, Cleo, they've seen us now. Do you mind if I requisite your custom rifle?
If you can't share a gun with a friend, what can you?
All right. pull that up, kind of like stick it into the jelly, so that it's just like kind of sticking out of the center of the torso. One tentacle like leaning forward and holding the end of the front part of the gun.
because
The
this
other
thing is meaty.
It looks like an anaconda like wrapping around its prey. Like all the tentacles just trying to hold this gun steady while Cleo's running. And just lining up, not even aiming directly for someone in particular, just at that direction.
Cleo! Bloody heck, which button? Which button?
Well, you gotta prime it first, and you gotta put it in the sequence.
The
You gotta
sequence?
put
What do you mean
well,
the
what are you trying to
sequence?
do? What are you trying to do? You trying to?
I want to
gonna
fire
try
the
to
gun,
shoot?
Cleo. I'm going to shoot the gun,
Well, then
Cleo.
you gotta put the supersonic on. You can't. You can't. Everybody knows you can't shoot it. You can't just go in raw.
Well, I mean, this is the worst time to find out I can't go in raw while I'm trying to bloody... Can you just give me the shortcut? Which button do I push?
All right. Well, you know what? There's a preset on the side, and I never do that because that's just not. It isn't right. But for just press that, lock it in, pull down the lever, and the clip. You gotta just socket it in.
You're talking about this button here that just
No,
says start next to it.
Whoa!
No,
All right, just put up. Oh, you done it. You better shoot that off right now, or it's gonna go.
Cover your ears.
That's the auxiliary.
and push the button. I'm just going to roll an arm blaster.
You roll an arm blaster. That'll
Yeah.
give you a skill, but it does more damage than that.
10.
So that's a
Not bad.
That's it's not awful. I've rolled a natural 1 in avoiding this. So give me your D8 for damage, but
Are we not doing hundreds? On the
I'm going to do
natural
I'm going to do 100
I
as well.
can smell that
Okay,
one.
here comes 7 on
You
the
rolled
D8
a
damage.
7 on the D8 right there.
Who's doing the 100?
84.
84.
Oh my god.
Heck. When you work together as friends, you can do almost anything.
So as you're sprinting along, and these zombie cultists are closing in as well, and now they have changed direction. They're not running towards the cannon. They're now all running directly towards Cleo. Like this sort of perfectly, all the angles, just them sort of moving in towards Cleo.
Terrifying.
And the closest ones, you can see the glow of their eyes now, the dead faces. And once a couple of them start getting really close, you hear, "I can see you." And Dr. Z can feel the mounting energy of a laddered telepathic attack coming all the way through all these cultists, close enough to attempt to burst through the shielding that Dr. Z has been holding up. But it's at this moment that he pulls the trigger.
Get a good look at this.
And the bolt of plasma fires out of Cleo's gun. Whatever buttons Dr. Z has pressed here, he has loaded up some sort of crazy preset that's probably a little bit dangerous. But a big old bolt of plasma just comes out, and as the closest cultists are sort of there, their heads spasming about as they have these conduits for this telepathic energy, the one in the front, their head is just taken clean off.
Oh, shh.
And the one behind takes the remainder of the bolt just in their chest, spinning around and landing on the ground. The headless corpse dropping down slightly slower than that one, onto its knees, onto its front. As you're able to continue moving along, still slightly out of the range of that telepathic ladder, but the other cultists are still moving in on your position. And there are dozens of them that you can see.
Z,
Yes, Cleo.
I've got a plan.
Well, you're gonna need to bloody do
I
it
know,
quickly
I know.
because well,
We gotta climb. We gotta climb up.
we're climbing.
We can't
okay.
stay down here. There's too many of them.
Here, take your gun. Take your gun back.
Oh, I'm gonna feel this, and I'm already feeling it, but I'm gonna feel it even more.
As we just said, we're gonna get rewarded with
Yeah.
food replicators, great new snacks.
Who do you think's gonna give us that? Just ask.
I imagine they'll all probably, do a little ceremony, line us all up with hundreds of their
Karl,
friends. Nice little corridor.
I think
Everyone but Trevor will get an award.
I think you're right.
We'll all get badges given to us by some type of princess. Oh.
I think you're right. I can't believe I didn't think of that. I can see it now. I can smell it. I can taste it.
What? Cleo, quickly, here's the last bit.
Whoa,
Roll.
Whoa. Oh, I think I'm caught on my fat.
Okay.
No, that's just hair. I
made
ripped
it.
out. Oh, look, do you see that? That was on me. That chunk.
No, Cleo, I don't think that was ever on you.
That was mine.
No, that's a part of a guy's head. That's just someone else's hair.
That was on me?
No.
Okay, well. All right. I just fell.
Wait, no, sorry. I'm just fucking.
No, and.
I completely fucked that
No,
up.
I
That's on you?
liked
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I was like,
just like.
you see that? That was me too, and that, and all the that.
Cleo, you're exhausted. You're delirious. Quickly, emergency stack. Emergency ration.
You're right. Hold on. I just gotta. Once I get a snack in me, I'll be fine. And
Sip that sweet tea. Get that sweet tea and
you're right.
refresh.
The sweet tea. That's the only thing. Oh, it's going through my body. I feel it's hitting me. As that sugar hits.
Yes.
When it hits,
The sugar and the electrolytes and
it
the.
hits your veins.
Yep, you'll get it. You're back.
All right.
You're
All
back.
right.
So as you make it to the top of the cannons and get your way into the seat, the forces are still closing in on you. And you can see there's a real intention. They are keeping this net shape. So only some of them are coming close at the front to keep that ladder going on. And now, to Dr. Z, it might become quite clear exactly what the One True Leader is doing as the closest cultist again begins to twitch and spasm, and he feels a telepathic attack mounting to try and break through his defenses.
Cool. That's good for them.
Oh, so they're like latticed themselves into like a way where like they're like channeling energy into the closest person.
So he can use their eyes to see you and then use their brains to attack you to try and finally break this shield you've got.
Oh, I'm keeping myself ducked down. Okay.
That's fine because
So I'm rolling for that. I've rolled a natural one.
yes.
this is
Usually
this is great.
This is brilliant.
So I've rolled a natural one. The closest cultist sort of, spasming and shaking, and then rather than the telepathic attack even ever coming, suddenly the eyes go blank. They start frothing from the mouth and collapse on the ground, having a seizure.
Oh, damn.
Out of character, Taylor had an idea.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to tell it to you first because in the past I've had ideas
Okay,
that turned out to be really dangerous, and this is one of them.
Yeah, but we trusted the Chipotle
We
sauce,
did.
so I'm kind of
Okay,
just...
but did the
we're here now.
Chipotle sauce say this? So here's my thought. All these guys are here, and they are like feeling good about this. They're like swarming.
They're ready. They're fluffing.
And there's like 30 something of them. Odds are we could probably take out most of them, but because of how things work, it'll probably take a minute and it won't be like instantaneous, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what we could do is build explosive, put the explosive into this gun so that it jams the gun and like destroys it, but we harness the blast energy to launch us into the air so that I can activate my wings so that we can glide a distance to get away from this shit. We've wrecked the tower, and then it gets us like high up enough with momentum so that I can trigger my wings and we can coast somewhere the fuck else.
You know what you need to do this? You either need telepathy or an energy shield to like protect your bottom side from
That's
the
the
explosion.
only bit
because
that like isn't.
We don't have an energy shield.
it will fire you into the air, but it will also like rip your bodies apart with shrapnel and fire.
We don't have an energy shield.
I'm trying to think like what. How could this is why we have to
Unless
talk about it.
Cleo can hold them off long enough for Dr. Z to take a short rest and recharge his energy shield. But in this game, like you are so much more vulnerable that like if you're wasting your time like trying to like recharge your energy shield, you could just get shot through the head and die instantly. Like it is. So I think it is more fair to allow it, definitely.
Okay, we're up here, and
We're here.
you
Yes.
just saw that little guy just fizz out.
He feels down. I mean, he hasn't been running either, so...
Yeah, well, I don't know what that was about, but the thing is, they're coming.
They are
And we
indeed.
cannot be here when they get here. But now, I got a plan. See,
Right.
I got a plan. But
Yes.
I need...
Okay, what is the
Okay,
plan?
well, we're trying to wreck all this shit. We already killed 4 guns. We got this one. If we kill this gun, well, then there's only 5 left. So I'm thinking,
Right.
if I make like a real good sticky bomb,
Like very sticky or more bomb?
maybe more sticky, like the stickiest bomb I ever made, and then we stuff it in there into the gun. I shoot a couple people first. I gotta try it out. I gotta try it out.
Try out the gun. We didn't run all the way
For
for
nothing. I gotta try.
We're here now to try the gun.
You're right.
Yes.
I gotta try a little bit. But then I put the bomb. We stuff it down in there. And when it goes off,
Yes.
it's gonna break this gun, but it's gonna make a boom.
And so, when all of this is happening, Cleo, and I'm sure you're about to get to it, but with the shooting and the bomb and the stickiness and all of that, and all of them down there, where does that leave us? I was hoping you wouldn't say that. Explain to me now how you think we're going to get
You're gonna like
up.
this. You're gonna like it. Now,
Just jump as it goes off, obviously.
look, when it goes,
Which it will.
we gotta harness it. You gotta make a shield so that we're safe, and then we'll ride the boom wherever it goes. And I'll pop my wing at the top like Jordan, at the top of the boom, and we'll coast to wherever it takes us. So we wreck this gun and we get the hell out.
Right, well, Cleo, I have some good news and some bad news.
You
news-
ready to go up?
Good news is I like your plan. Bad news is
You can't wait.
I will need to wait a little moment. I need
What do
to
you-
get
what do you-
some... My shield... I'm out of shields, Cleo.
What do you mean
I'm
you're
going
out
to
of
need to
shields?
recharge this. Look, just give me a bleeding moment, would you? I'll get this
You
working
don't even have
and
a
we will
half.
have enough
You don't
shield.
even have half.
I need to work now to get a pit back into this bloody
Hell.
shield. And then when it's recharged, we can go. Until then, Cleo, have fun testing out that gun and getting your bombs ready. I am occupied.
Oh hell.
So my thought, logistically, having had a bit of time to mull it over, is like just a basic function of energy shields is spend a full 3 energy and you can get a pit back.
Okay, I'll do
So
that.
basically, it leaves you completely busy and occupied for
Okay.
a turn.
Okay, yeah, I'm into
That's
it.
manageable.
Yeah.
Cleo, I am... Yeah. Good luck.
Oh wow. They are gonna need it.
PMA. Positive mental attitude. Or positive mental...
I thought you were gonna say pinch my ass.
Yeah, no, that's going to be the name of the bomb. PMA, pinch my ass.
It will too. Watch.
It will.
Looks like I can't wait to let you find out.
So once again, the cultists are closing in on you.
Oh no.
As Dr. Z sort of gets down in the side of the cannon tower, like tinkering away, trying to like get some charge back into that energy shield.
All right, Dickie, I'm going to spend my 3 energy points then to work away on my shields and try and gain 1 pip back of the shield.
Yep, so Dr. Z is going to be totally helpless for the first round of combat here.
I got you.
I got you. I got you. If anybody here's gonna pinch your ass.
Okay, so they are all closing on in. Cleo is able to man the gun. Dr. Z is working away on getting his shield recharged,
Okay.
and they're closing in. And they just seemed again like they're just running. They don't have weapons drawn. They're just running in this angle towards you. And again, once they get to a certain point, they stop. And you can see, like, the person closest, again, is twitching and shuddering. And once again, Dr. Z feels that rising telepathic attack trying to break those defenses.
Cleo, I don't know what the bloody heck is happening out there, Cleo, but they are trying to get into my mind. Do your best to take them out.
All right.
This time I've rolled a 16, which...
Oh, bloody hell. What did I roll?
What did you roll? You rolled an 18.
Oh, good. So it's still safe.
Cleo, they are getting close into my bleeding head.
What are they gonna do in there?
Oh, Cleo, I'm not too sure, but I'm not too keen to find out either. Just can't you use your new
See, do I
gun
need to
and test it out?
jelly cap your ass?
No, that's not going to do anything, Cleo. They're in my mind.
Well, are you gonna wild out? Are you gonna wild out back there?
If you jellycat me, Cleo, I can't help it all.
All right.
Please have a look and see if you can see who's bloody trying to get into my head and take them out.
Okay, I'm scanning. I'm looking at them. Let me see.
So Cleo can see there's the one person, the nearest, that has just made the attack, and there is another moving into position just off to the side of them, just kind of next to them, sort of stepping up. And again, the same thing is happening, is like that shudder.
Okay.
Oh,
As the telepathic energy once again is rising.
They're going to work together and then you're going to be able to beat my 18?
I'm going to try.
Rude.
Dan, you just introduced the new rule, help your friends. And now,
well, look, we've been doing
and
it for
now
time, so...
help your friends is happening to us.
Happening to us, yeah.
I hate it.
Hey, friends.
I hate friends.
Well, shit, because I rolled a 23.
Wait, you didn't let Cleo do anything yet.
Cleo can still do something. That's how this game works. You can interfere.
Okay, I'm
you can interfere.
shooting right now.
Alrighty, give me it.
11.
Yeah.
It's a hit, but it's
I'll take it. I'll put that in my little bag.
no. Yeah, the damage is 2d8.
Yes, Cleo, bring it. Bring the pain. Bring that chipotle. Give them the heat.
So roll that damage because you've rolled an 11, and yeah, this person is like standing there channeling telepathic energy. They ain't dodging.
Bring the heat. Bring the heat. Bring the heat.
It's Chipotle time.
So I just rolled 2d8 and I got a 1 and a 4.
Not super great. Not
It's
super
better
great.
than negative 1.
It's in the bottom third, but it's enough to interrupt this telepathy because it was going to burst through.
Thank you.
Dr. Z could feel like these psychic daggers sort of tearing at his shielding, at his defenses. But then Cleo fires the giant guns, and it's as a glancing blow, sort of taking out, like destroying, deadening the arm of that cultist who's sort of like knocked out of their trance and sort of like falls on the ground, looking about in panic before their eyes once again are taken over by the green.
Yeah.
But this has bought enough time for Dr. Z to charge up the shields with just that bare minimum that he has 1 point of shield in there.
Thank you, Cleo. That was bloody close. I felt them right there where I usually have headaches with Trevor. It was very close. And good news, the shield is here.
Oh,
And
Good.
I can...
good, because,
So what was this next part of your big plan?
well, you know, while I was shooting them, I was making a bomb. I was building it. Just out of parts.
Oh, nailed
And
it.
it's a 22.
22.
It's a 17 plus 5, but 22.
Heck yes.
That's a good bomb.
Good bomb.
It's a better bomb than the average person will ever see.
Wow.
Or they might see it, but they won't see any more ever again.
Like these fools.
Ah! And I'm
Alrighty, so you're just jamming it in the camp.
yeah, I'm gonna.
right?
It's been built, and you know, I was really thoughtful about this. I made sure that it has kind of like a cylindrical body. There's not a lot of parts sticking out. It's pretty stuffable, you know. I have studied the receptacle, and I have built a. There's no good way to say this, but I have designed this.
say it then.
I've designed this.
You gonna say it?
Protuberance.
It's like a party popper.
It's a lot like a party popper,
Oh, like a party popper.
and I'm stuffing it in. I'm just, and it's real sticky. It's got like napalm, like that jelly, that like boom jelly, and the boom jelly greases the way down into this gun. And once it's down in there, I'm like, say.
Yes, Yes, Cleo.
All right,
Bloody
listen,
heck.
it's in there.
I can see that. Are you sure this is going to work?
Now here's the thing. There's not a whole lot of ways that it could not work. Because this is real simple. It's going to break this gun like 500%. We can know that will happen.
Well, good thing I've got the shield then, because what I'm worried about, Cleo, is that it's going to break us. So,
well, it can't because you've done the homework.
Right, well, just get in close and...
All right,
do the
so
pancake
we get...
thing on the back of Cleo's
back.
back.
We gotta get together.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
get like real close, like just like a... Yeah, like
a glove? Like a body glove?
Yeah, like the hair on a bear, if you know what I'm saying. That's us.
I can feel it, yes.
Yeah, get in there. Yeah, we're together. We're fine.
Okay,
we're
and,
flattened. And now launch it. Do the shield. That's
right.
key. We got to do that first.
Shield is...
All right, now just make sure. Just test it. It's all the part. We got to make sure that we can, like, draw up.
Yes, it's fine. We're in the shield now, Cleo.
All right,
Good.
all hands, feet, tentacles, and Pete's. Just bring them in. Because do you want to face it? Or, like, do you want to look down?
Face the bomb?
Just watch.
I mean, I think the saying is, cool guys look at bombs. So,
Okay.
yeah, we should probably watch this.
Okay, just for a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool guys, look at explosions.
Okay, we're safe, so this is gonna be great. We'll face it. All right, I'm gonna drop the charge right now. Are you ready?
I'm ready, Cleo. There is no way that this can go wrong.
Okay, I'm dropping it in. When we get high enough, we're gonna ride this up into the sky like a wave.
Let's ride this boom.
And then I'm gonna pop. And I don't know what happens after that, to be honest with you. That's the chaos, right? We go where we go. And that's it. All right. I dropped it. Look down in there. Bees.
I'm looking at it.
Take a picture of that.
Bees.
Take a photo.
Bomb straight down the end of a high-powered anti-aircraft cannon.
Well, we both looking down the barrel.
I mean, when else are you going to get a
When
chance?
else are you going to get a
this
chance?
closer
This
look?
is great. This is like when you go to one of
Okay.
those skyscrapers and they have like the glass room hanging off of it so that you can go sit in that little glass room and be like, oh, I'm sitting over the city and like my butt is like hanging out. Like anything could happen. But this is that on steroids.
I mean, to be fair, Cleo has been in the center of several of her explosions.
This is the safest we've ever, like, honestly, this is a moment of growth.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you waited a turn to get to safety, which if you remember, like, go back to the very first episode.
We didn't do stuff like that.
That's exactly what Cleo could easily have waited one turn and then still thrown her bomb, but she chose not to.
Why would Cleo
Why
do that?
would she? Well, maybe now she
Growth?
is
Now
doing
she's
it
doing it.
because of that.
Alrighty, so I'm going to roll just a flat percentile roll just to give me, like a yum or yuck on this whole situation.
Makes me nervous, but okay. Ooh,
16?
16. What does that mean? I have no idea which way you were going.
I mean, I always go the same way for consistency's sake. So low number, 16% bad.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Ain't that bad. I mean, because that's... I mean, surely you have to admit, stuffing a bomb into an anti-aircraft gun and pulling the trigger is an intentional natural one. But that said, I've only rolled a 16 on the bad scale here.
I love that you've just pointed out to us that we fucking intentionally did a 1.
The best I can describe this sort of action is intentional natural 1.
It's falling with style.
But regardless, Cleo
I mean,
pulls
can
the
you
trigger,
picture
and you guys see that blue plasma energy sort of struggling to get around the bomb for a fraction of a second, and then you see white.
Cool guys, look at explosions.
I see
You see fire. You get just flung back first out of the cannon tower, blinded by the light, but not feeling a heck of a lot of pain. Just sort of like a real static
Just a little
buzz
pinch.
of the energy shield
in your ass.
decharging. And then suddenly the energy shield disperses. You feel the cold of the night air as you are just sailing somersaulting backwards through the air. You can't tell which way is up, which way is down. Well, you can sort of tell which way is down because there's an explosion down there. But you don't get a very good view of the explosion, to be perfectly honest. Your eyes are sort of burned out, and then they come back. And then you're flipping around, and there's like, explosion, keeps going past you.
That sounds pretty good to me. I don't know.
It is getting
great.
The explosion is getting smaller and smaller as you're flying up to the air, and you do hear a chorus of voices saying, and then as once again you start hearing the whoosh of projectiles just being flung.
Oh, we didn't
into
no more
the
shields.
air.
Are we out of shields
But-
for reals?
You're out of shields for reals. Doctor says, I mean, you were in an explosion. It's gone. That shield is
Cool, whatever.
toast.
Didn't want to.
You can't see. Like, you're flipping about. You're half blind. You're a little bit stunned and lost. You can't see whether or not these things are even coming near you. But you just sort of hear them whipping by you in the night. And then you sort of reach a point where you're at the apex of your flight. Just wind rushing in your ears. You sort of finally, like the spinning sort of slows down, and you get that pendulous feeling as you flip around the last time, and you find yourselves looking down below you, and you're high up in the air. Like, you're not as high as the skyscrapers, but you're well above the shantytown below. And looking down, you see, like, just dots of fire. You see the dull green glow. From up here, you can't really tell that it's carnage. It's just like beautiful little miniature set down below there with fires burning because it's a war scene. And then you begin to fall.
Cleo, it bloody worked, you genius!
Zay!
Did you see it? Did you get the points for looking at the
I went
explosion?
down deep right into its eye. I'll never be the same.
It's changed me, Cleo. It has changed
This is all I can do to feel alive, to just drop into the night.
I think you may have invented a new sport, Cleo. This is
Yeah, we
brilliant.
call it banging. I'm so good at
I love it.
You're the best at it, Cleo.
There ain't nobody bang like me.
Well, can I come second? I guess I come second at banging at the moment, by default.
Well, if you're lucky, you'll come at all.
So, as Cleo's mechanical wings fold out from her custom-built armor, and they catch you on the wind, and now you are a bear in a jelly just gliding in the night from high above once more. As you glide through the night, you hear voices crackling at your group talk.
This is Shannon. Deets, you read, the bastards have taken out the 5th cannon. Get in there.
All right. You assure me this is not a trap? All 5 cast...
Yes, they've taken out all 5 cannons. I'm watching from the building. Look, we're going to come in as soon as you create enough of a disturbance that we can sneak in. We'll take out a few of them. But you need to move now.
We are moving in.
So as the bastards are floating slowly back down from their vantage point, imagine we pan a camera over to the side, back into the night city, and coming down between the buildings, swooping down to ground level, where Dietz's team, his elite team of gangsters, just start tearing towards the shantytown. You can see like energy shields popping up, energy blades drawn, big shoulder-mounted cannons hefted as they start charging in. And while Cleo is still drifting down, you're circling around the pond. Every time you try and aim, you find yourself either looking like you're going to crash into a skyscraper or land directly in the pond. It's going to be a difficult to land in between those two options without either crashing into a building or landing in the pond. But regardless, as Cleo is worrying about this thing, Dietz's people move in. And then they don't do it particularly silently, as synths and darks with big weapons just come on in. They're equipped. They've all got completely different custom gear. None of them, they're not matching. They don't have uniforms. Most of them are wearing like a lot of black. And they come in on one side and swarm one of the cannons. They take one big shot from the anti-aircraft cannon before the operator is shot through the head and falls down. And a stealthed synth who had already scaled the ladder flickers into view. a toothy mechanical grin as they take over one of the cannons and immediately start firing at the nearest neighbor cannon, disabling it as Deet's people are swarming in. And at this point, when another 2 cannons have been disabled, lights and scraping noises as the resistance are now coming down out of the skyscrapers, sliding down on their little magnetic rappel devices. All the while this is happening, the one true leader is trying to keep control over their entire forces as you can hear like murmurs of panic. You can see actually some cultists trying to flee in the opposite direction that Deetz's people are coming in. Others sort of start to flee and then stop and turn around, as though the one true leader is kind of struggling to maintain control of their flock. So as Shannon and the Resistance slide down to the city and sort of slink silently in, presumably aiming to disarm the remaining cannons, you hear a as Trevor, manning the Grey Dragon, comes in over one of the skyscrapers, swinging in and then narrowly pulling up to avoid a giant steel girder that flies up directly in his direction.
Oh, shit.
And you can see now down on the ground level, Deet's people are kind of taking no prisoners. They are brutally massacring cultists. Those who are controlled by the one true leader and those who are not. But they are taking heavy losses themselves, primarily from flying shrapnel that is being just flung through their bodies by the one true leader. Oh shit. Shannon and the Resistance members finish their descent, rappelling down the sides of the buildings and then slinking into the shadows, presumably stealthing their way towards the remaining cannons. And as cultists are being more or less mown down, your forces are still under heavy fire as shrapnel just flies from the sky, silent and deadly, just taking out Deetz's forces one by one. Trevor is trying to get in and provide air support, but he's having a hard time just avoiding the projectiles that are coming at him as well.
Z! We're
Cleo.
coming in hot! We're
Cleo.
gonna come down somewhere here and
I'm gonna stop you right there, Cleo. I'm going in there. I'm going after him.
in the pond.
I need to end this song. I need to end all of this madness before it continues. Cleo, just get down there and help Deetz out. Help Shannon out. Just do anything, but I'm going swimming.
Well, like hell, I'm gonna let you go swimming alone.
You don't even know how to swim, Cleo.
Well, I know how to fall. Here we go.
If we go in there, Cleo, I'm not sure I can do it.
Now listen, I ain't never heard anybody wreck a song like you. If you can't do it, there ain't no point in any of this anyway. Trust the sauce. Pinch his ass.
You are right. Just trust the sauce. All right. Cannonball!
And as Cleo pulls in the wings and the two of you cut yourselves in, ready to collapse in, you fall down and splash down into the pond, sinking into the depths, where you can see it is lit, lighter than more, because the network of mushrooms apparently has a network of roots that come down. You plummet inside, and under the water, there's these veins of proper green glowing. They're glowing with a full, bright, acid green glow, just veining all the way through like the sides and bottom of this pool. And the water is very murky because it's been kicked up. It's full of ash and dirt and rubble from when Cleo blew it up. There's half a house just collapsed in there, but dead center in the pond. Z spots it first. There's just a faint, dull, dark red glow, and that glow gets bigger, and it gets bigger, and then you start feeling a turbulence in the water as swimming towards you, or seemingly swimming towards you, but really pulling a globe of water in a telekinetic orb through the water towards you, the water churning, but there's this one perfectly spherical globe of still water coming towards you, and in the center of that water is the red jellyfish. And as you're being buffeted about in the water, as this one calm orb of water is coming towards you, the rest of the pond is splashing and sloshing, suddenly you are enveloped inside the calm, and suddenly you're in still water again. but that still water rises up out of the pond just diminishing and shrinking as his water is lifted up, until the two of you and the red jellyfish are suspended in a globe of water, hovering 20 feet up above the pond in midair.
Floating there in the water, right next to Cleo as he approaches, I let the mind guard down, letting down those psychic defenses, and float there, staring right back, saying, Now you see me.
And Cleo's just like,
Cleo's just holding her breath.
shit, that was cool.
And that is where we'll end the episode.
Holy heck, Dickie. Speechless.
I mean, that was a badass one-liner.
That was
there.
pretty. That was pretty good.
I love that. Like that wasn't something we set up. Like like I don't know. Like I kept repeating the words "I see you" just because I thought it was like a like a spooky thing to say. But like,
yeah,
it works.
Yeah, I just channeled Z and it just came out. But it was so good. I felt like I was really Z for that moment, staring down.
That was it.
This bully.
I think my favorite thing about it is just like the same line used by two characters, but how differently it gets used, because the red jelly is constantly using it in a subversive, hidey way and using other people to deliver the message. But when Z uses it, Z goes up into the face of whatever's talking.
I'm in
and
your house.
Delivers it from himself, which I think is that's a really cool like leveling, because you've got the red jelly in one corner, being a hidey hole.
Yeah, well, Z to me is like as we saw in the tower, ready to just like have all of that danger around them and then just laugh with Cleo about food and whatnot. But it just felt right to be in that moment to kind of drop all the games, drop all the laughing and the joking.
Hell yeah,
and
this is serious.
All right, we're here. We cannonballed in for a reason.
I love it so much. So I mean, we are looking straight down the barrel of an epic confrontation between two small jellyfish.
Small jellies
with big brains.
It's kind of impressive that like something as silly as two jellyfish fighting feels so big and epic.
Surrounded by mushrooms and little frogs.
Well, now that they've both creeped us out for like 5 episodes.
Yeah. Oh, Dickie, I got to ask, did you get to achieve everything you wanted? Was there something you didn't get to do? How was that episode for you?
I was really anticipating like breaking through your shields at some point, and like
you got so close.
We only tried to blow ourselves up twice.
Because I made it quite easy for myself, because I've got like this, like this D20 plus 5 roll that I can just keep rolling over and over again, like every time I get someone close enough kind of thing. But it was not to be. I mean, you guys catapulted yourself into the sky. Like, okay, well, you beat that plan. Because that's why I was like, okay, have them all just walking in, and it's this whole thing like they're not fighting anymore. What are they doing? Oh, they want to break the psychic shields, but
yeah. It was Taylor's dancing.
That was it.
It's so funny. Like Taylor's brilliant plan worked, but Dickie's shade of like, yeah, that's a natural one. I'm just going to get you to roll the 100 there because what you've essentially done is fail, just like crit fail.
Is that the first time that's ever happened where Dick just goes, no, not one. You don't look into a bomb, okay?
Cool guys, look at explosions.
I was like, I'm not even going to fight that. You're right. But we did. Because can you imagine that in like real life? If you were in a safety bubble.
If you knew for 100%
you could
fact
look
you were
into
going to
an
be fine.
explosion.
what? That's the thing. Like, you weren't 100% going to be fine. If I rolled a high
100%
number on that,
We
on that
didn't
100.
know that.
Because sure, the
We didn't know
shield, the
that.
shield will take the explosion.
Now he's
But
explaining
like,
the problem.
the shield takes the explosion, you guys fly up into the air, but then shrapnels could still be flying straight at you. You could
kind
still
of
get ripped to
thought
pieces.
that would be fine too.
And that's probably for the best. Yep.
I mean, you both had like a decent amount of health left, so there's every chance in
If
the world
we
you would
had
have
gotten
survived
like
that, but
run
still.
through with a piece of rebar, the minute that we got up there and you were like, and now comes the rebar, I was like, no.
No! We start doing
That has like
what's that
traumatized
game?
me
Like a
so much. I was
Twister.
walking like from work the other day and I saw a piece of like rusty rebar on the ground and I was like, ah. Every time I see a piece of rebar now, I'm like, no.
They're scary.
That is the scariest thing I've
Yeah.
They never used to be, but the idea of them flying silently through the night and then just.
So you missed out on breaking the shields. Was there anything else that you that stuck out in this episode for you?
I mean, it was a whole lot of fun.
It was. I can't believe we destroyed that many towers.
I'm really jazzed that like we've got to the point of like all the forces converging on the cult
so
settlement
cool.
of you guys coming face to face with the one true leader. So yeah, of course. I mean, the main thing I really wanted to achieve was getting Z and the Jelly face to face.
Oh,
Because I feel like, and maybe like listeners might have sort of felt this coming on, but like we got Cleo face to face with someone from her past.
oh yes.
And then we went back and we did Cleo Day or Cleo Week.
And
It was
fucking
really
brilliant. I loved it. Cleo Day is one of my favorite little arcs.
It was so
we've done
good.
So
in
anyway,
all
we
of our
So good.
adventuring.
now we have Dr. Z in a floating globe of water facing down another Atola Medusa for possibly the first time since he left his. Well, actually, no, he did see them in the in the the guest episode. Actually, he saw some ghost Atola Medusas.
Yeah.
But regardless, facing down someone like him, and I feel like that's as good a time as any. So let's just sort of pop back a few years and find out who was
Why
Z
not?
before he was the Z we knew when he was a young, fresh.
I get a Z Day.
off the boat. It's time for Z Day, is what I'm saying.
Yes. Oh, the excitement I cannot contain. I'm so Z Day. Cleo, you've left big boots to fill when it comes to that origin
gonna be
story.
okay
but
because we're gonna
I
fill
am
'em with
excited
jelly.
for this one.
So,
oh,
I mean,
yes.
Origin story incoming. I mean, the real, the surprise that people are going to have to wait for is what character is Taylor playing?
Yeah. Oh my God, we get to make new characters. Well, you do. I get to be Z,
you
but,
get to be Baby Z. That's a
I
different
get
Z.
to think. It is essentially a different Z. Yeah, so it is going to be quite fun. New voice effect,
New
maybe.
voices.
I don't
New
know. Yeah.
voices. And like, who are we going to meet?
And who's going to be joining
Yeah.
us?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, you're just going to have to wait and see. It's popping out in a fortnight's time if you're listening to this when it dropped.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh my days.
I think that's all we got time for this
Yes.
episode. If you want more than just our fortnightly drop of the main episode, we do have an additional bonus episode. It's kind of us just chatting shit, really. Like sometimes
like us.
sometimes there's a goal, sometimes there's like a topic, but often like the one we recorded tonight certainly is a mixed bag of us just like unraveling. Lots of little bits that just wouldn't really that undercut the dramatic tension in our deeply serious podcast.
So come join us on Sidearm, which is just, as Dickie says,
It's an
relaxing.
exclusive podcast available to patrons. So
Yeah.
Yes.
backwaterbastards.com, you can get a link straight to our Patreon from there if you really want to flick us a few credits and get access to some bonus content. If not, you can always find us here. This is going to be free for as long as we keep doing it. Come see us on our Discord. We love to hear from the listeners. There's been like a bunch of new listeners coming in. So hey new listeners, hey old listeners too. As more importantly, really. And how about them patrons? How about I sing a little song?
Oh, you want to do a little cheeky little song? You got your voice ready?
My voice is as ready as it's gonna be.
Get around. It's time for a song.
Lucas, Dolphin, Marcus on the Bale Queen, Nicola and Randy and Trevor and Ben No Mercy,
Everybody now.
Duff, Shima, Jimmy Pale, the Mattis Max, Bodie Waco, Jason Claude, Jolie and Isaac,
kids.
Chris, Jasper, K.O. Lethia, Chris Behrman,
Yeah.
Melissa Clem, Porthos, and Jim, and the Breakfast Baron.
Oh, brilliant. You
Heck
got
damn it.
Heck damn it.
Heck damn it, indeed.
Jeez.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us on this adventure. If you haven't done it yet, please go give us 5 stars on iTunes or in Spotify or wherever you're listening. Share the show with a friend as well, please. It's the only way we grow. Help us get into the ear holes of many others and spread this song across the globe.
We see you.
We see you. Bye. Bye. Tune in next time for another edge of your seat adventure in space with the Backwater Bastards.
If you enjoy listening, but also have eyes, check out our Instagram, where we post drawings, illustrations, character art from our adventures. Backwater_Bastards. Check out our Instagram on Instagram.
Very exciting. I hear on the radio that they've blown up enough of the cannons. Cleo said that you guys can hear me and that you can... I know you can't talk, but I hope you're all ready for the fight that's coming.